Hey y'all. Guess what? I finally finished. I finally finished this custom order for someone who's been very patiently waiting on me, and I'm sure she's happy that I finally finished. But she wanted sort of sort of homebodies, like Gina over at the Rebookery does, with a mixture of cooking and sewing and I'm hoping gardening and just those things that you do at home and all those crafty things, and creative things. So she wanted an old, well, her suggestion was an old cookbook. So I got this one from Jessica, and I had to do quite a bit of repair work. It was, let me take the charm off of here. I'll show you the charm in a minute. But it was this piece was off of the book. It was still attached to the binding, but this piece behind here, this is a really old one, so this was metal behind here. So now I had to figure out a way to I wanted to figure out a way to put this back on here. So what I did was I took a piece of muslin and I glued this piece, which was the original spine, and I just took some of the thickness off of here. I pulled some of that cardboard backing off and then glued it to the muslin and then stitched all around it, stitched around the muslin, and then I glued it back to the spine using E6000 glue for this part, and then I think I used my PVA glue for the other part, okay, to get that back on the spine. Anyway, to repair the spine. So she is very chunky. It's loaded with a lot of stuff, and if you pull, if she takes a lot of the things out of here that I put in here for her to use, it's not quite as chunky, and that she can do whatever she wants to. She can take things out, if she doesn't want them, put things in, the same old drill. But this is one of the scrappy ties, and this one is one that I made a while back when I was making all these, and it has a variety of older vintage fabrics and then a couple of newer pieces of fabric. Most of it's pretty old, I think. Like this blue piece might be a newer. This is quilt. This was a little sample piece, but most of it's old. So that is her tie. And then I made the charm. I made this really chunky charm. I wanted to do the elastic around this with this button, but I could not get the elastic to go through this vintage button. And I really wanted to, I love this button. And you really can't, the camera just doesn't do it justice. It's really, oh, I just hit my, hold on. It's really a really pretty vintage button. But the shank on it, it's like a metal shank on it, and I just couldn't get the elastic to go through it. So I just tied it with some wax thread. So this, you can undo this and, use all these different bits as material pieces, strips of fabric, some pom-pom trim, some vintage rickrack, just a whole bunch of goodies in here. And then on the charm part is sewing. So there's an old bobbin, there's buttons, there's a little ladybug, there's a dragonfly, scissors, beads, there's a spoon. Right, keep hitting my camera. I'm sorry, guys. There's, sewing charms. There's a little thing, Tim Holtz, that says stay curious. A sewing machine, a wire wrap button down here, another little pearl vintage button. So just a bunch of fun stuff, related to all those home things that we like to do, all those creative things at home. Let me refocus. So that's her charm. That's totally removable, and she can do whatever she wants to do with that. And then inside, make sure I'm in frame because this is a big book. So inside what I did was some of that beautiful fabric that Jen sent me. Oh no, did Jen send me this or this came from, no, this came from Karen. Karen sent me this really pretty fabric right here. I got a string that's bugging me. That looks like it's pieced together, looks like it's quilted, but it's not. But I love that, and I thought it went really pretty in here. Look at all this fun stuff in here. fun stuff. So I put it on the inside, on the front, well, all the way through, really. And then I put, I took one of my linens, and I thought this was very fitting for this book because it's got a house cross-stitched on here. So it looks like, so there's some cross-stitch and then I guess regular embroidery. So I thought it was really pretty, and then it's got this lace down at the bottom, this cotton lacy part down here. So there's a pocket here, and then there's a pocket in the back that just has the little one of the little flowers on it. So this is another piece of that same linen. And then yeah, I usually don't do my books this chunky, but this one I just kept adding stuff. So if she takes all the extra things I put in here, like I said, it won't be so thick. But I took just random pieces. I had some chipboard stuff that when I use this chipboard, I've noticed, so it's really thick. So I will pull part of that off just so it's not so thick. And I love this girl. I thought this was a good opening to the book, and it says live in the moment each day. So I put a little piece of fabric up here and that little piece and stitched it. So that whole place is open for her to journal. Then this came off of a book that someone sent me in Happy Mail. I think, Renee, was that you? Anyway, I took it off. It had chipboard in it, but it actually, was a front and a back covered a piece of chipboard for a little book, and I just made a pocket out of it, and then I made her a big tag to go in here with some fabric and a vintage milk cap. And then this is one of those old in and out folders that I had, and then I put a little sticker, a little house with a little heart down here, so that goes back in there. And then this, I created a pocket here, and there's stuff in here. Super old cookbooks. This actually came in this cookbook. And they're really cool, and I just kept, I don't think I altered any of these because I just love these images, so I thought I'd let her decide what she wants to do. Some vintage wallpaper, some vintage ledger, and that needs to go back in the holder. Some vintage ledger, and then I stuck some goodies in there. This came out of this that sewing kit that I bought from Renee a while back before she did those last little stitch kits. And I thought this was just really neat. Came from a really old magazine. There's a gardening tab. There's gardening pages. This is an envelope. I just stuck this little, I can't remember her name. Had this little book that had these little quotes in it. This is so good services, sweet remembrances will grow from them. And then I just paper clipped a little butterfly in that to an envelope. Added a little Tim Holtz flower here. Old cookbook page made into like pockets. I stuck some little things in there. This was the cover of a book that I thought was really cool. And then since it's a keeping quilt, I took a piece of a quilt that came from Renee, made a pocket and stuck a bunch of stuff in there. And then here I just put a little fabric tab and a little bead on the scrapbook paper. And then one side of it is the cherries and the other side is this quilt. This is a sewing book page. This was a design book, and I used this tab, and then I used this doily to make a pocket. I stitched around to make it a pocket in here, and then stuck some things in here. And this is actually a Jessica Wrap tag. I had gotten a bunch, she sent me a bunch of her tags a while back, and I thought this was kind of cool. Build it, repair it yourself, sort of thing in here. This was from a quilt. These were from a quilt book, a bird book. This was from Edith Holden. And then I made her a little pocket and put some little goodies in here. Another pocket with more stuff in there. Quilt book, gardening. This is from an old gardening book. I did not alter, like, a lot of the pages I just simply put in here, and I did little embellishments on some. I just put her a good mixture of pages and pockets and goodies and stuff like that, so she can really, you know, take the extras out, and then she can sort of make it her own. I did, you know, tabs and little things like that, but I didn't do a ton of, like, actually embellishing the pages. So here I used some of those old recipe, pages. I still have a few of these left from my old recipe book. And this is a printable from KB and Friends. And then this little, somebody sent me this in Happy Mail. This is a little, they're little, what do you call them, canning tops. Okay, the little circles. And it says from the kitchen of. I stuck one of those. I think there's one or two more of these in here somewhere. I just stuck that there. But these are recipe printables from KB and Friends, and then these are just index cards that I took and glued two of them together back to back like I've done before and put some stickers on them. And then in the middle I just put some little stickers here. She can actually take these pages out. She can write notes on these or put other paper or ribbon or whatever on them. These, however, are stitched in, so I stitched them. So those are the little index cards that I made, and another little sticker. I put her one of my little pockets. I just clipped it onto this cookbook tab page. Another cookbook little pocket. This was from my old cookbook. More scrapbook paper. Big pocket here. It goes all the way across. This was really cute. This was from Renee's kit. There's a little kid's dress on here. And I just folded these pages over. And she can take them out and use them for collage, use them for a page. She can do whatever she wants to. And then here's a wallpaper pocket. It's a tuck on this side and a tuck on this side. This is from a gardening book, and I put this little piece here, and this came in some Happy Mail a while back. I've had this in my stash a while. And then there's other things tucked in here. I thought this would be pretty in here. And I love, I love these colors. You know, so for me, I would just journal, you know, right on top of that. But, you know, maybe add a photo or something small. Another gardening page. Stuck a little butterfly to that. This comes out. So lots of space in here. Here's from Johnny and the Birds. I love this little book. And then there was a tear down here, so I put a little bit of washi tape. I thought that was really cute in here. Here I did stitch this image of this lady in the kitchen cooking on this page from a, this was from a newer decorating book. And then I just made the tab here and put some little flowers and some washi, some fabric washi up there. Here I just put another little paper tab and one of those little chipboard pieces, little teapot. I love this paper. Love this paper. Here's the soups and sauces tab. So there's lots of these tab pages in here from a variety of different binders, older binders. And this, I believe, was some feed sack fabric, and I had another piece of it. I love it. I think that was also in one of Renee's kits that I bought a while back, I believe. And then I put, you know, there's some little recipe cards in here. I think those came from Chastity, and then a really old bingo card in here that she can alter. More of the recipe cards. Some little bits and pieces. Then I put, I made one of these big pockets. I believe it's, I'm sure I'm pronouncing her name wrong, Joey Defy or Defy. I did a video a while back on how to make these pockets like she did. So they're stuffed. I'm not going to pull everything out, but I put stuff in here. There's stuff here, stuff there. One of my paper clips that I use made with buttons, and then a bunch of stuff tucked in the pockets here. This is an really old flashcard, and I think this came in some stuff from Jessica Rapp. I bought a bunch of flashcards from her. Here I put her some little, why does my brain go dead on a video? Hello, hello. These are reinforcers, hole reinforcers. And then this is a vintage, you know, little letter. Thought that was cute with the cooking. And this, I love this apron paper too. So this is an envelope, obviously. And I didn't put anything in here, but she can use that however she wants to. And it's made a little pocket on this side. These are some little recipe cards that I believe came from Karen. And then these are those, I put 2 of these in here, and I love this one. I parted with it. I've been kind of hoarding these because they're super cool. They were made in 1959 and 1966. These big flashcards, and I love this one. So I put a little piece of washi. I love that picture. And then I just made a pocket on the back and put a couple more recipe cards in here. This is super old pattern. And I just added some little tabs here because I didn't really want to punch holes into this. So the pattern is actually, the instructions are actually in here. And the pattern pieces are in your extra goodies. Then this is a little glassine bag, and I don't know if you can really see it in here. It's embossed. It's got kind of sewing things embossed on it, and a little flash card, or not a little flash card, a little journaling card. But this is a super old Alice Brooks Designs. It's a needlecraft envelope, and I just left it and left the stuff in there for you. I just think that's super cool, and that came from Renee in that kit I bought from her a while back. Really old tab page, grungy. I just folded it over and made a little tuck spot out of it. This came from, I think, an Ideals book. It says Mother's Kitchen, and I stuck some things in there. More recipe, more bird page, and you can see I've got it so stuffed. Yeah, wrapping paper, vintage, alone. And I stuck one of those pages from the book in there. Another flower page. This page with the aprons and a little fabric washi and another little piece from that chipboard set. And then you open this up. Another pocket. Sewing. This is from a little golden book. Thought this was really cute. They're out picking fruit. And then here is a tab from a design, and I just made a big pocket here and then stuck another one of these in here with some more goodies. So like I said, this is stuffed with a lot of things. I just made a little one of those little tuck tabs. I love this this is from a cookbook. It's a newer one. It's not old. It says, if you bake enough, you can have your cake and eat it too. So there's another little card and a little, this came from a paper line. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. And this is from another, oh, this is from one of those Southern books or a gardening, quilting book. And I love that with the flowers. Here's that old little golden book. This was from a farm animals book. Yeah, you might want to take some of these things out of here. I've got it stuffed so full. This is a pocket I made. I took some of these old recipe pages and just folded them over. I'm just playing around one day. I have a bunch of them in my stash. So you can actually put something here, and then you put something here, and then if you fold it up, and then you can actually, it's actually another little tuck back there. And if you glue it to a page, you know, you've got several little pockets. And I just put this little lady from the sticker sheet on here. This is from a really old cookbook that I found a while back. I thought the pages are, it's almost kind of cardstock. It's not heavy duty, but it's really nice and vintage. I just put some washi tape on the side of it. And then, yeah, I'm having a hard time here. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay. So, Valentine for Mother. More. I always mix them up. Edith Holden. And then this is an envelope, that little page back there with the washi tape. This is an envelope that came from that super old cookbook. And I put a little piece of paper down here and stitched it to punch the holes in so you would actually get the whole envelope. And in that book, there was all these recipes, you know, tucked in the little envelopes. So I just left what was in that. This is a really cool, super old cookbook. Another tab. And then here's another like homemaker page that I made a pocket. This is from that same book that says if you bake enough, you can have your cake and eat it too. So what I did was I just stitched these two together. So this is the actual molten chocolate cake here. And then there's a recipe on the back, and then there's stuff in there. And this came from an Ideals book. Here's another tab, one of those vintage flashcards with the cherries. And this is old wallpaper, and that's a pocket. Another pocket page, scrapbook paper. This came from, I don't think it was an Ideals book. It's another one of those Southern books that I have. And I made a pocket and put a bunch of little tags in here from a scrapbook paper line. So you can see, you make life sweet. Just a bunch of little things there. A music page. Another one of my little embellishments with the rooster on it. Just clip that in. This came from a quilt book. And then another tab. So you can see it's stuffed pretty full. It's probably too stuffed, but I wanted to give her just a lot of fun stuff to play with. And then, you know, she can take some of this out and, you know, maybe start her another book. Or use whatever she wants to in here. But I thought it was a lot of fun mixing all these things together, which is, you know, I don't typically... Well, I have done this similar. I haven't done one this chunky, though. And she's chunky. And, you know, of course, there's stuff. I put her a piece of Renee's avocado dyed and tea dyed paper back here. And then on this, I just wrote handmade with love and signed that because I didn't have anywhere else to sign it. So that is her chunky journal. Yep. And I hope she likes it. Let me just struggle. Struggle's real, y'all, with me and doing videos sometimes. Anyway. So yeah. So this one's gonna be, I hope she has a lot of fun playing with this. I had a lot of fun making it, and it just took me a while. So many other distractions, things going on. Took me a while to get to it, but had a lot of fun. I hope she likes it. I hope she enjoys it. And then there's a lot of extra goodies. You know, I put her a lot of, and some more paper stuff. So I put her a lot of extra goodies in here to play with as well. So that is that one. And I'm going to be back soon, I hope. I want to show you guys, and I think I told you this in the last couple of videos. I want to show you Owen's book and then Anne Marie's book that I've started, that I put together, that I've started putting pictures in. And I've been working on several journals trying to get caught up on past years. And I want to show you kind of how I'm doing that so that I can get at least my pictures put in and a little bit of journaling, because some of them are just not going to get, you know, massive attention. It's just going to, I'm going to try to just get those memories down. But I want to show you kind of how I'm doing that so I can get those things done and caught up. And I'm not stressing it. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to get things sort of caught up. So I want to share those with you, but that'll be several videos because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books I'm working in, actually 6 books I'm working in right now, kind of simultaneously back and forth. Anyway, and then I've got some new projects that I'm working on that I hope to make some progress this weekend. And I'll be back with those hopefully within the next week or so. Anyway, love you guys. See you soon. Bye.